Hi folks, I'm Alan Watt of Cutting Through the Matrix. I just want to wish y'all a Merry Christmas because most of us have come through it again, some have gone naturally, and what a year it's been, eh? What a year with all the predictable surprises, which means there's no surprise at all, and with all the other predictions to come as well, because the big boys always give their hand away. They never just shock us with something. They prepare it long in advance. And speaking of that, by the way, on Wednesday night into Thursday morning, massive winds came through Ontario, where I live, and took trees down, everything else, and some power lines and so on. But this year, there's been people from all across the US in the last 5 weeks or so who generally don't email about the chemtrails, which of course is also called the geoengineering trails by those that cause it. And of course I'm getting the HARP technologies, which are all across the countries now, not just one country, working full blast 24 hours a day, quite audible and quite recognizable, because I have the old recordings of them from the time they did it way back from Russia to here back in the 70s. And they're identical, but they're on quite a few different shortwave bands, and they're really superheating parts of the atmosphere so that the cold air hits hot air and causes kind of storms. And I was expecting a big storm this year. And I've said it for quite a long time now, because towards the end of the year, that's when they signed the final treaty, COP treaty, which opens up all the rest of it to get signed into law. And they had to get something to shock the public. And just like they're always talking about, watch out for terrorists, special events and so on, what they try to do, of course, is to make you remember catastrophes by associating it with an annual event, if possible, especially an annual event. And what better time than have it at Christmas? And if they had pulled off this storm across a good part of Canada, they pulled off some parts of the southern states, but if they pulled across Canada too, we'd all be in shock and awe, as they say, and would always be reminded when they start taxing you into the ground for energy taxes and carbon taxes and all the other taxes, etc., and very expensive energy. That's all part of it to reduce you to third world status. They'd always go back and say, remember the Christmas of 2015, you see. But it's not over yet, remember. Because they'll try again, I think, before we turn into the new year. And at least they didn't get an ice storm, because that would have made headline news across the world if they'd caused one like they had in Montreal the last time. But anyway, as I say, you should really be proud of yourselves for managing to get through with some sanity, I hope, this terrible year of the authoritarian agenda, which is unrolling very quickly before our eyes now. Lots of people have said already that this doesn't even feel like Christmas. Part of it being, of course, is that materialism has basically supplanted what Christmas was all about, and the present giving and receiving and all the rest of it for the big commercial boys at the top. And it becomes meaningless, especially when you have glut after glut getting dumped on your country of things from China for all the different sales they had, and the massive glut last 2 or 3 weeks now, sometimes for Black Friday, and then you're right into Christmas glut, and then everybody becomes gluttonous, you might say, as well, eh? And they'll always regret it later, of course. But that's the way it is. And for others, it's time for family. And it's a time that many families actually see each other, that maybe once a year at Christmas is the only time they get for a lot of people, as they travel from different parts of the nations and countries back home again to see their families. So it's a big thing for that. Because when it boils down, that's all you really have left. So don't make an enemy of folk this Christmas, your families and so on, by trying to preach what's happening in the world to them. It's a time to give it a break and just relax, Relax, and as I say, you came through it once again. We should all get medals for that, basically. And we'll soon be into the new year as well. And I'll give you a little talk maybe on next Sunday as well, as usual. But as I say, don't get stressed out this Christmas time. Take it easy, try and unwind and relax and enjoy yourself, because it had an awfully special meaning. The whole Christmas idea was goodwill to people, and I wish they'd sing all those old Christmas carols at the elite. Actually, I wish to hear them sing it, because I don't think they sing it at all, but they want everybody else to sing it, because I don't think they got much goodwill towards any of us. We're just sort of not in their class, you might say. Those who have been following me for years know I sometimes put out a new tune, as we say in the music business, very professional tune, you see, and I generally do it on Christmas Day, but I've been chopping wood right up till now, and I always do this at the same time every year. I stove in, as they call it, my thumb on one of my hands by chopping all the wood, and unfortunately it's a wee bit painful to bend very far. But I'll put some of the old ones up perhaps, and you enjoy them, I think. I don't think that they could ever really get old. So relax, have a Merry Christmas, and keep safe, and enjoy yourself. From Hamish myself from Ontario, Canada, it's good night.